Hello everybody, my name's Steve, I'm the British Railroader. Welcome to the Model Railway Room and welcome to this short how-to video regarding the horn and whistle button, just here, on the NCE Powercab. Now the reason I'm making this video is I had an email the other day from a viewer called Ian who contacted me and said that he has an NCE Powercab which he's just bought, and he's also bought an N-scale British locomotive with sound. And the problem is when he presses the horn whistle button on the Powercab, nothing happens. But the horn will sound if he presses F3 and F4. So I had a little look into this for him, and I kind of suspected I knew the answer. But it all goes down to how these things are made and really what they're set up for. So in the United States, where DCC probably took off the earliest and quickest, and certainly DCC Sound did, it's kind of standard that F1 rings the bell and F2 sounds the horn. So I'm just going to unmute this, and if I press F2, hopefully you can hear the horn going off behind me on one of my locos. I'll just mute that again. And what happens is if you press F2, just like what happened there, the horn will just sound and keep on going. Now, some manufacturers, so this is a Gagemaster Prodigy. These are made for Gagemaster by MRC in the States. What MRC have done is taken their F2 and make it what they call non-latching. So when I press the button, the sound goes off. But then when I take my finger off the button, the sound stops. So it will only work, the F2 on this particular controller will only work if your finger is pressed on the button. Now this is great for American locos, which have the horn set up on F2. But if you have a different function assigned to it, having it as a non-latching key means that to make it work, you have to keep your finger pressed on it. What NCE have done is basically work around this by having the ordinary F2 button, and I'll sound that again, as a latching key. So I press it once and it will just keep on going. But to make it non-latching, what they've done is added the extra key, which is the horn whistle, which only sounds when you press it. Great if you're set up the American way. Let's move over to Ian's question and his British diesel, which is a Bachmann Class 47. So I've had a little look, and basically what happens is that most British locos have their horns assigned to F3 and F4. You normally have the characteristic two-tone horn on F3, and the single blast at one tone on F4. And again, when we look at a lot of American locos, on F3, you will get the single short blast of the horn. So he asked me if there's a way that he could actually do it so that he could use the horn and whistle button. And I did say to him the only way that I could think of would be to remap his decoder so that the function 3 sounds on function 2, but that's quite complicated. And looking online, I've noticed that a lot of British sound decoders are set up so the horn or the whistle sounds on F3 and F4. Some people are starting to do it so the main horn, the two-tone horn, sounds on F2, but it will depend on who sets it up. So what I said to him is he's probably, for the time being, best to keep things as they are. The engine works, the sounds work. It just means instead of pressing the very convenient horn and whistle button, he's going to have to press something else. Okay, so I hope that's useful. It just shows you that there are some differences between how things are set up over here and how they're set up in the States. But it doesn't mean that you can't use your NCE Powercab. It just means that sometimes you might have to use it a little bit differently. Anyway, that's it for today. If you've enjoyed the video, please give it a thumbs up. If you haven't done so already, please hit subscribe and watch out for more how-to videos from me, Steve, the British railroader, saying goodbye for now from the railway room. Bye bye.